buckets of Bud Light and Michelob Ultra from 10 p.m. till 9 a.m. in the Underground Lounge and Porch.
Back, leg, and neck pain can drive you nuts, right? It does for me, and it can affect you every day. It can make you feel freaking grumpy and hard to get through that workday. Well, I found some relief for you, the Cofield & Company listener. Get into the Good Feet store ASAP. It's not going to cost you anything to go. You try on the product and see how it feels. The experts at Good Feet will get to know you just like they did for me because they want to understand what your work environment is like, your favorite recreational activities. Why? Well, it's important to properly match you to the appropriate arch support. When I was there, they had me walk around, try the different styles. They even tell you to leave. Take the arch supports for a test walk. The experts at the Good Feet store are there to help you, not simply sell something, and they want to try to give you the long-term solution that you've been looking for. Hit the Good Feet store any day, 7 days a week. That personalized fitting is free. There's a Good Feet store at 26 West Sahara and 4150 Blue Diamond, just west of the Silverton. Get into the Good Feet store today and get $100 of Good Feet's patented 3-step system.
It's the holiday sales event at Ford. It's a big deal, and we're busy making preparations to get you the best deals of the year. Because unlike Santa's presents, ours don't just magically appear. At Ford, ours are built in real factories, where pickup trucks come with best-in-class towing and payload, where SUVs are built with available features like terrain management and driver assist technologies, and where every bolt, stitch, and line of code is tested and tested again. But you don't have to write Santa a letter to get these presents. Naughty or nice, just come see your Ford dealer during our holiday sales event for our best offers of the year. Ford, built for the holidays. Built Ford proud.
Best-in-class towing and payload when properly configured. Class is light-duty pickups under 8,500 pounds GVWR based on Ford segmentation.
Large catered events are an everyday occurrence in Las Vegas. If you're planning a big event for 100 to 1,000 people and you need a reliable catering service with an outstanding reputation, just call Fuddruckers Catering Service. Catering for events for up to 1,000 people is a walk in the park for Fuddruckers. They do it all the time. Fuddruckers can handle any event, business meetings, weddings, birthday parties, you name it. And it's affordable with prices ranging from $9.99 to $14.99 per person. To find a Fuddruckers near you, go online to fuddruckers.com.
Fall is a great time to remodel your pool. If your pool plaster and tile is a little tired, call B&D Plastering today for your immediate bid from our experienced estimators. Call B&D Pool Plastering, 702-644-8980.
Hello, friends. This is Thomas Johnson from Joe's Seafood Prime Steak and Stone Crab. Need a great idea for lunch or dinner? Your best bet is Joe's, one of the most popular dining destinations on the Strip. Joe's provides the ideal setting for private parties with accommodations for up to 150 guests. Stop by to see us at the Forum Shops at Caesars and ask for Thomas Johnson, your maitre d'.
I know. Look, I eat out all the time because I can't cook, and I'm a slob, so I don't want to clean up after myself. So I go out. And I know good restaurants. And if you want to get me a gift card that I'm going to be delighted with, Joe's. Joe's all the way, all right? So that should be the way it is with somebody in your family who you care about or a good friend or something like that. Get them a Joe's gift card. They will thank you for it because the food is sensational. The number to call, 702-792-9222. And you can also use that number to make your reservations for yourself, which is really smart. So we'll pick up the bowls in a minute, but this is quite a stat involving the New England Patriots. Teddy Covers is here. Patrick Everson is here, and Teddy's got the details on what this 20-0 stat is.
Sure, and it's real simple. Patriots off a straight-up loss when they are an underdog or a small favorite at -3 or less.
Which they are this weekend at Pittsburgh.
Exactly. 20-0 against the spread in their last 20 tries. That dates back to 2002 and includes their Week 15 win at Pittsburgh last year. A controversial Week 15
20-0 against the spread.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It really is amazing. That's something that would last that long. I mean, that's 16 years, 17 actually, if you want to count this season.
It's pretty much Brady's career.
Yeah.
And it's so simple. It's not anything that you have
very
to
simple.
Figure out. It's Patriots off a loss, either catching points or laying 3 or less.
So, sportsbook directors and personnel, brace yourself because you're going to get a lot of New England action this weekend in this game with the Steelers. This will be odd. Besides, the books will need the Steelers at home this weekend.
Oh, yeah. You
But
can count on it.
I'll just toss this in. I kind of like Pittsburgh in the game. I know there's that 20-0 stat. Do you have the guts to go against a 20-0 stat? But they're a different animal at home, and I'm telling you, this Patriots defense on the road, it's been lousy. It wasn't just that last. I know they was the last play that's getting all the attention. That was a tough football game with Miami, and I know they have trouble there, but, they made Miami offense look awfully good in that game.
And New England's defense has their fair share of question marks, but there's actually been some sharp money on the Steelers today.
I think the Steelers
I thought
are
this line was on a freight train to 3, and it's 2, even 1.5 at some spots right now.
All right, let's get back to the Bulls. We have 2 more. Mark Seidel, by the way, producing the show, and I'm Dave Cook, and they left out those 2 names. So let's go to. They're not Eastern Michigan anymore. Eastern Michigan has become a much better program under Coach Creighton. He's done a great job. They will play in the Camellia Bowl, looking for a bowl win this time against Georgia Southern. But it is Georgia Southern that is the favorite in the game, Teddy. They are now 2.5.
And I'll tell you what, I genuinely thought that the Eastern Michigan program was as hopeless as any in college football. They were Kansas State pre-Bill Snyder.
Yep.
Where it doesn't matter how many what different coaches that you have. It's just the physical location of the campus and the facilities around the program.
They were
just aren't good enough to compete.
I'll tell you what they were. Mm-hmm. When I did the show with Lee Pete for years and years and years, that program was Columbia.
Yeah,
every year it was Columbia, and we'd have more fun picking on Columbia than anybody.
Sure.
And it was Eastern Michigan.
Yeah.
Creighton's performed a miracle there.
A legitimate miracle. When you think, Ypsilanti is truly in the shadow of Ann Arbor. And it's not like Ann Arbor's a huge metropolis. It's like 120,000 people. And Ypsi's the dingy suburb over to the side with the little campus that, is mostly commuters.
Dingy suburb.
It's not well thought of. It's not, but
I've never seen Ypsilanti on any of the lists of most desirable cities to live in.
No.
I've never been there, so I can't comment on it. But
and it's fine. It's not a bad place to spend a night. It's probably not a bad place to go to college.
It is a bad place if you're trying to pick a city that you can spell easily.
Yes, Ypsilanti, which starts with a Y. But a trip to Montgomery, Alabama, a couple of weeks before Christmas. This is very, again, the teams that we know are going to show up for the game. The Eastern Michigan Eagles are showing up for this game.
Yeah, at MGM Books, though, they opened at pick on this game and took some money on Georgia Southern. Eagles are up to 1.5-point favorites. Sounds like a little lower than what you're seeing at other places, Dave, but 1.5 at MGM Books right now.
And we'll close this portion of the conversation out with the New Orleans Bowl. And this is a super tough read. Some of these games are really tough to read. Some you can get a good feel for. This is one where I will admit that I ain't got the slightest idea of what to expect here. Appalachian State's the better program. They're a good-sized favorite, Patrick. They're -7. But Satterfield's left, and he's taking people with him to go to Louisville. And the flip side of it is, though, before you run to the dog, and I'm telling you, if you saw the end of the game and then you saw the post-game press conference
against UAB,
I haven't seen a team that down in a long time. I mean, Middle Tennessee really wanted that home game for the Conference USA title against UAB, and it was a disastrous ending because they lose it late, and then they're going to get the ball back for one last drive, and they got 12 guys in the field for the punt and no timeouts left.
Oh, my God.
And that was the yardage gave the other team the first down. I celebrated because I had UAB, but Middle Tennessee, it was just a demoralizing loss. I know they're saying all the right things, but I don't know if this team's ready to play.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if bettors have quite figured it out yet either. This is another game I talked about with Jeff Stone back at MGM. App State opened 7 flat, went down just a modest adjustment to 7 even after Jeff said MGM Books got some sharp play on Middle Tennessee State. But the book has since just adjusted back to the original opener, 7 flat. So not much movement there at all, but a little bit of sharp money on Middle Tennessee.
And you know what the nice thing is, Teddy? It might be a fun game. And you want to play these bowl games, but there's 40 out there. You don't have to play them all. And this is one I crossed off.
No, and there's, if you're going to play every game in bowl season, good luck. I'll say this: bet small.
If you're in the,
you're allowed to. You can do whatever you want. You're grown ups.
If you're in one of those confidence pools. And those are a lot of fun.
Sure.
This is one of the ones you put a single digit next to. You don't want to risk a lot of points in this one.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. That being said, when you talk about the concept of the early bowl games versus the middle bowl games versus the late bowl games, when you have a crushing defeat, and it wasn't even the last game of the regular season, it was in championship weekend.
Right.
There's no time for Middle Tennessee to be like, oh, lick their wounds and get back in the practice field and bring it.
The biggest game, and this is not an exaggeration, that was the biggest game in the history of that program. They're playing on national TV for a conference championship at home, and the way they lost it was disastrous. And by the way, it's a senior-laden team, so this was their last chance to win. The reality is their last chance to win the conference title. They probably will not be contenders next year. I just thought it was an enormous loss.
Yeah, and App State's good.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
even though they lost the quarterback.
A game versus A game. I'll take App State -7 in this, without any. So I think the price might be cheaper.
On the matchup, if you watch the UAB game, you already know this. You can run up the gut on Middle Tennessee.
Yep.
Guess what Appalachian State likes to do?
Oh, they got a good balanced offense.
Yeah, they like to beat teams in the trenches and run up the middle. All right. Okay, good. That was fun. Let's just quickly get the Thursday night game. We'll skip the week. We got plenty of time for the weekend stuff. What's happening, Patrick, tomorrow night on this matchup between the Chargers and Chiefs? Because it's going to be a huge volume Thursday night game.
Yes, this is going to be a very well-bet game. And at MGM Books right now, they are going to need the Chargers. They have not moved off the line, which was 3.5 even for the Chiefs. But the money is coming in on the Chiefs. 2.5 to 1 ticket count, 6 to 1 money in point spread wagering
the line's not
so
moving.
far. Line not moved yet, which indicates not too much money, I would say.
Or that maybe there's some balance on the sharp side with San Diego.
Perhaps
possibly.
A little bit there. But they're gonna they expect they're gonna need the Chargers at kickoff as well. So that is a great game.
Yeah, I mean it's a Chiefs team that in the Andy Reid era hasn't just beaten their divisional foes. They have absolutely dominated the AFC West to the tune of 20-1, 20 wins and 1 loss in the last 21 games against the AFC West. They've beaten the Chargers 9 straight times now.
And these Thursday night home teams, I mean,
it's so hard to make a case for the Thursday night road team.
I tried it last week, and that worked out real well, didn't it?
Yeah. All that being said, you watched KC last week at the end of that game against Baltimore, and this isn't a plug and play offense. It's not like you're going to take some receiver off the waiver and say, all right, you're going to be Tyreek Hill this week. Spencer Ware's limping off the field. Kelsey's limping off the field. Watkins hasn't been able to play. Tyreek Hill had 8 injuries last week. And the fact that he came in and made that catch that he did to win the game was insane, but it's also Thursday night to prep. Yeah. I worry about the Chiefs' playmaker in this game. I really do.
Well, wonder if we'll see any more no-look Magic Johnson passes from. Are you kidding me?
And that was one of
8. I've never seen that in an NFL game.
Though I'm telling you, if you're going to make a Patrick Mahomes highlight reel of that game, that wasn't his best pass, and that was the best pass any of us have ever seen.
He just, I mean, he can change his motion. His decision-making is on. It's just this guy. How smart this guy has to be.
He's a different level.
To make decisions as quickly as he can make them. That's not physical stuff. That you got to be really sharp upstairs to make those. His football IQ. Well, he's a smart guy anyway, but his football IQ is. It's Einstein.
Reminds me of Favre. That's the guy. With that mentality, I can make the throw that nobody else can, and he really can.
I will add real quickly, you mentioned Dave Sharpley. I talked about this game with John Murray at the Superbook earlier in the week, and after they opened, they actually didn't move off of 3.5, but did move San Diego to -3 to -120.
Okay,
because they did see. He said sharp players love betting the Chargers as a road dog.
All right. Do they like betting the Golden Knights as road chalk? Yeah, playing the Islanders tonight, and there's been money on the Golden Knights. We'll tell you about that next as we look at the Wager Talk marquee matchup.
The Las Vegas Sports Line.
I wish dating was as easy as finding a vehicle at Findlay Kia. No pressure, no hassles, just straightforward answers and complimentary popcorn. Findlay Kia is the highest-rated Kia dealer in Las Vegas. For the best customer care, come see a Kia.
Findlay Kia.
At MJ Christmas, you're not dealing with a chain. You're dealing with a locally owned establishment that's been here for years and years. And one of the things you guys pride yourself on, Cliff Miller, that's community involvement.
We are deeply